Alright, hi everybody out there in YouTube land. Now, I've been out of commission for a little while. I've still been making social justice warrior videos, but this is the first time I've been able to actually talk in the last couple of days. So, I'm going to take the opportunity to talk about Milo Yiannopoulos. Now, I'm entitling this video, Stand With Milo. And the reason I'm entitling this video as such is because we all know Milo Yiannopoulos does not condone pedophilia. If you actually watch the video and you take the time to see what he said, he was talking about his own experiences of being sexually abused by older men. And so what did the leftist media do? Right after he came on Bill Maher's show, I might add, and was told to fuck himself twice, they turned his own story of abuse against him, saying that he condoned pedophilia. Well, the story was about him being molested. Can you fucking believe it? This is the left for you. This is the leftist mainstream media for you. Anytime the left has any problem or can't control someone's thought process, they call them one of two things, either crazy or a sexual deviant. Now, in the last couple of days, we've seen CNN have pundits come on their show questioning Donald Trump's mental stability. Now, do you think that's a coincidence? Anytime they can't control someone or take them down, they question their mental stability. They call them crazy. Anytime they can't do it that way, then they call them a sexual deviant. It's a tool used to delegitimize somebody's actual speech. Now, we all know Milo is a firebrand, and we all know Milo is offensive, and we love it. His cultural appropriation tour, I wish it would come where I'm living in the Midwest, because I would see it 3 times. But he's focused on going to the hardest leftist colleges, which I completely understand. But Milo is not a pedophile. If you never condone pedophilia, when you actually watch the video, he talks about his own experiences as a young man being basically taken under the wing of an older gay man and was abused that way. Well, this is actually a very common process in the gay community. I'm going to talk about the drag community. If you've ever been to a drag show before, or if you've been to a restaurant in New York City called Screaming Lulu's, I think it is, where drag queens are the waitresses, you'll understand this. A lot of times you'll see young boys, and they're not boys. I know when Milo said boys, they thought, oh, must have been 13 years old, right? Well, no. Boys are twinks is what we call them, between the ages of 18 and about 24 or 25. Young, feminine-looking gay men that are of legal age, but they call them boys in the gay community because that's how they speak. And they usually spell it B-O-I, by the way, in case you're fucking retarded, but I digress. Nevertheless, you'll have a lot of people, especially in the drag community, that are 18, 19-year-old drag queens coming out, and they're basically mentored by older gay drag queens that have been in the business for years. Usually they're in the ages of late 30s, early 40s, and they'll take them to places like New York City, Chicago, Los Angeles to buy gold lame dresses and things like that and get their careers started. This is a very common process, and that's what Milo was talking about. He wasn't talking about fucking a 13-year-old, you dumb fucks, social justice warrior dipshits. He was talking about that. And he was talking about his own personal experiences of being sexually abused by older men. Then, the media, the mainstream media, has the unmitigated gall to turn it around and victimize a sexual abuse victim. Can you fucking believe it? I would say no, but this is CNN and the mainstream media. So this is exactly the type of shit they can do, because they're fake news. I'm going to go back to the stories of Dave Chappelle, another one. He was offered $50 million to continue his show, Chappelle's Show. Remember that? It was an awesome show. But they told Dave Chappelle, you're going to have to give up all creative rights to it. Dave Chappelle said, go fuck yourself. You can take the show. You can take that $50 million and shove it right up your ass. And then he went to South Africa for a year. Well, that entire time he was gone, guess what? They called him crazy. They kept saying he was crazy so that they could delegitimize what he was about. And that's what they're doing to Milo now. It's been done to many other people in the world. And years later you find out, oh, well, the person never did anything wrong. Of course, did they retract their stories? Absolutely not. But while it's going on, as long as you see a headline that has the word Milo and pedophile and the same thing, then all of a sudden his career's over. Because people generally in the left are so stupid they don't read past the headlines. You have to get 3 or 4 paragraphs into a story to actually find out, oh, Milo was talking about his own experiences of being sexually abused. Not condoning pedophilia, but no, if you only read the headlines, that's what it is. And that's why these media companies are failing. That's why nobody watches CNN. That's why on some political shows on MSNBC, I probably have more viewership than those fucking assholes do. You know why? Because they can't be trusted. So I'm urging everybody in this video right now, don't let these pieces of shit ruin Milo's career. I'm telling you, stand with Milo Yiannopoulos. The motherfucker knows what he's talking about. Yes, he's a firebrand ninny. It's okay. He's a dangerous faggot. It's okay to do that. But taking somebody's own experiences of being abused and then turning it on them, saying they're the ones condoning their own abuse, those people should be in prison. I want to point out, just by the way, if you actually look it up, you can find the PDF online. CNN was recently sued for defamation by a CEO of a hospital down in Florida because CNN blatantly lied about infant mortality rates at the hospital. And a federal judge, or maybe it was a district judge, I'm not sure, actually said, yep, there's evidence, they defamed you, yep, you lost your job because of their shitty reporting, because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Now it's going to a federal court. Did you know that? Yeah, CNN's being sued for defamation because they're fake fucking news. MSNBC, CNN, Fox News, guess what? You're in the target because you're a fucking fake news channel too. You're all fake news. You wonder why people go online and get their news. Because we can't trust you. I remember years ago, I'm 35 now, I remember years ago when news actually was news. And then somewhere around the mid to late 90s, they started getting these stories called special interest pieces. Do you remember that? You would have news and then you would have a small story about an old man and his duck pond being thrown away, and it made you feel emotional, sad or happy. Well, that's all the news is anymore. There is no actual facts. It's nothing but special interest pieces. It's special interest piece after special interest piece after special interest piece. And then the shows they have with like Don Lemon, that piece of fucking shit, guess what? That's a whole half-hour segment that's nothing but a special interest piece. There's no real news. Zero. The only actual news channel that I've seen that exists is a channel called One American News. They have a couple of conservative shows on at night, but for the most part, 24 hours a day, all they do is say the news stories of the day. They don't have their opinion on it. They don't tell you what it should be or shouldn't be. They just tell you what's happening. That's news. All this other crap is fake news. And the Milo condoning pedophilia, that's fake news. I urge you all to stand with Milo Yiannopoulos against these pieces of shit. And Milo Yiannopoulos yourself, I urge you to sue the fuck out of these people. It's defamation. And on top of that, CNN's already being sued for defamation right now. And it's going to a federal court. And the guy's going to win probably millions of dollars because of it. That's the damage that could be done. He is going to make millions of dollars because of the fact his career was ruined. Milo Yiannopoulos' career has now been ruined by the mainstream media. Guess what, Milo? Time to get the old sue bag going. Let's fuck these people up. Sue each and every one of them that ran a false story. Every one of them, regardless. They deserve it. And it will re-bolster your career and punch those motherfuckers right where they belong. Right in the old cock and balls. Nobody watches CNN anyway. Most of the time CNN's going on at an airport. Nobody's even paying attention. You ever notice that? You go to an airport, every fucking television in the place is on CNN. Nobody watches it. They just sit there and CNN blah, 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 blah in the background while they're waiting for their flight, while they're on their iPhones. That's CNN's ratings, is basically being shown on non-watched televisions throughout the country. That's CNN's mainstream, is somebody that comes in and turns on the televisions and walks away all over Starbucks and fucking airports. And nobody actually watches it. Nobody believes CNN or any of the mainstream media. We're all past it. We all know you're full of shit. Milo Yiannopoulos, regardless if you like him or not, regardless what you think of him, you know, I enjoy what he says. I think Milo's great. I don't agree with every single thing he says, but I agree with most of it. But for the mainstream media to once again call somebody either crazy or a sexual deviant, it's the oldest trick in the book. It's the oldest fucking trick in the book, and it's getting really old right now. Not only that, but before this they started calling Donald Trump mentally unfit. Well, they're trying to just basically delegitimize him. That's what they do. They don't know how to actually report or have something called journalism. No, what they like to do is they like to find a target and attack that person. And then when that person's done, then they find another one, and another one, and another one, because it's the only thing that bolsters their ratings. Let me tell you from personal experience, if you don't keep up some type of entertainment thing every single day, then nobody will fucking watch you. And that's what they have to do. The left-wing media has no entertainment value at all. Rachel Maddow, are you fucking kidding me? That guy should have been killed long ago. And so just remember, anything that the media says, you have to actually do research on it. You have to do research on it. You cannot trust what they say. So when they came out and said Milo condones pedophilia, well, he doesn't. You need to actually go watch the video and you'll say, oh, well, they're full of shit. Well, if 10 million people did that, then they would all know that CNN and whoever else is full of shit. I urge you to stand with Milo Yiannopoulos, watch what he actually said, and then find somebody that you know that is gay and ask them the truth. And they'll say, oh yeah, everything he said is 1,000% true, absolutely. And you'll say, oh, well, looks like the media is full of shit once again. I urge you all also to comment below and subscribe. And don't forget to share this video. This is a little more important than other ones because this is Stand with Milo Yiannopoulos. A man's career was ruined due to fake news. I want you to be very clear on that. This isn't the first person who has lost everything because of fake news. And it's not fake right-wing news. No, it's where you think it would come from. The left wing. It always comes from the left wing.